Hey there, YouTubers. Right, so in this video we're going to take a look at my personal recommendations for top 10 CPUs under $400 for gaming in Fortnite. Now, there are a lot of other CPUs out there that did not make the list. Some of them actually, supposedly fall in that less than $400 range. However, guess what? You can't buy them anywhere, right? Supposedly you can buy them, but good luck trying to get a hold of one. I've tried. And so therefore, since I cannot get them, I can't hit the buy it now. They're not going to make my list. So you will see though, like this first one in stock on January 5th. I can add this to my cart. I can hit buy now, and around January 5th it'll actually ship, right? The other ones you can't even hit buy it now. It just says out of stock. So all right. So our first one on the list, this is number 10. And if there was an 11th, if this was my top 11, the i5 9600KF would be number 11. But this, requires a 300 series motherboard, preferably Z390. You could also go with the Z370. It'll work on some of the other 300 series motherboards, but performance, will not be as good. This is a CPU that if you overclock it, you'll get even better performance out of it. You will need a premium cooler. And, I've had this for a year now, made a lot of gaming videos out of it, been pretty happy with the performance. It is probably on this list the best deal for the money. All right. Now, i7-10700, this one's available at Newegg. Now, why is this one not ahead of the i5 9600K? Well, probably because with some tinkering with this one even, I have gotten almost i7-10700K numbers out of it in Fortnite, which is, still superior to what I've been able to get out of the i5 9600K. You can combine this with a little higher graphics card, I believe, than you would with the i5 9600K. But, price-wise, this one, you can put it on a cheaper motherboard, like a H410, H470, B460, though I personally would recommend the Z490. This one is a really good CPU. Sometimes you'll see it around $300. That's where, it really becomes a good value. All right. Let's move on. This is number 8. Why is this one ahead of the other one? Well, you see the price. Obviously, that's cheaper. This one does not have integrated graphics. If these were the same exact price, I would go with the one that does have integrated graphics. They're going to have the same performance. Same thing I said about the 400 series motherboards applies here. And, overall, pretty good deal. I've made, at least with the i7-10700, I've probably made over 100 gaming videos. And you can see how this thing compares to Ryzen 9 3900X, to the i7-10700K. I don't believe I did any i5 9600K videos, but, overall, these are great CPUs for Fortnite. Looking at number 7 on the list, the i7-9700K. Now this is ahead of, obviously, what we just saw, right? Price, I've seen this as low as $259, which makes it even better. Performance-wise, this is superior to, obviously, the i5 9600K, and it's right around the same performance as the i5 10600K. Once again, you will need a premium CPU cooler with this, Z390 recommended motherboard, or a Z370, and you will get great performance out of this. So you see that this guy is currently, in stock on the 3rd, but it can be ordered. Let's move on. All right, now here's a CPU that is highly comparative to the one we just looked at, right? So this one requires a Z490 motherboard, though you can use a crappier 400 series motherboard. Why is this one ahead of the other one? Well, you get a package deal here. You get some software, some games. So though you will get the same performance that you're going to see out of the i7 9700K, you get more for your money with this one. Plus, this is, you're already in the 10th gen. If you buy that motherboard, you'll be able to upgrade to 11th gen, where if you buy the i7 9700K, you're pretty much, only able to go to the i9 9900K. So not a lot of upgradability there. Great performance out of this. If it wasn't for where I'm presently at, I would actually buy this. Unfortunately, they will not ship this to the country I'm currently at. Tempting to send it to my home address and have it forwarded to me, but for time being is what it is. All right, so this one, if you don't care about the game and you're just looking at the price, a little bit cheaper, right? This is a great value, $249 for the i5 10600KF. You will need a graphics card. Pretty much like I said, any one of these CPUs, you guys are going to buy a graphics card to go with it. So this is a better price. If you don't want Crysis or you don't want the software bundle, then I would suggest buying this one. All right, so back to 10th gen i7s, and this is the i7 10700KF, $359.99. Back to the 8-core 16-thread monster. This is a great CPU. I have the i7 10700K, and great performance, right in that i9 9900K, or in this case 9900KF would be very similar to it. Once again, you'll need a Z490 motherboard, and this one, great to overclock with. You will need a premium CPU cooler. And I, have a lot of videos on the channel where I have run the i7 10700K and got some ridiculously high FPS in Fortnite, paired with either the RTX 2070 Super, 2060 Super, or any of the other graphics cards. So this will rock Fortnite, especially in 1080p low and 1080p competitive settings. Moving on, i9 9900K. So you see only a slight price difference between these. Why is this one ahead of it? Well, this one has integrated graphics. This one, you could buy a cheaper Z390 motherboard. Z390 motherboards are probably about anywhere from $30 to $50 cheaper than the Z490 motherboards. You also will, enjoy the performance of this. I've got the i9 9900KF and compared it to the i7 10700K, and pretty much got the exact same numbers in just about everything I do. So, they're almost the same chip. That said, let's move on. Number 3 on the list, i9 9900KF. This is the one I actually own. Why is this ahead of it? Well, it's cheaper on here, $329.99, $10, and great CPU, definitely a great one for Fortnite. You'll see lots of video games on my channel, lots of videos of me gaming with that CPU as well. Now, number 2. So we have looked at quite a few of these. i7 10700K, this guy is $320. It's even cheaper, right? Why did I pick this over the one ahead of it, or at number 3? Well, mainly because this has integrated graphics in it. Price was $10 cheaper. Now, once again, Z490 motherboard is going to be more expensive than Z390, but we also have upgradability. We can go as high as i9 11900K in the future. Okay, so that is worth some paying a little bit more for it, if you ask me. Now, who is number 1 on my list? Boom, i9 10850K. So we will be adding this to the channel soon, and might not be the best price, but out of all these, this is going to give you the best performance for under $400. You are talking, you know, with a good CPU cooler and some tinkering i9 10900K type performance, which, you know, in my opinion, is the best CPU out there for gaming and Fortnite. Of course, it costs more than $400, so it's not on the list. And so, if you look at this, you saw absolutely no AMD CPUs, right? There are, you know, some new AMD CPUs out there I've not been able to get a hold of. I have not, you know, really seen them for sale anywhere on here. They sold out right away. And so, you know, that's why they're not on there. Now, I do have a Ryzen 9 3900X. Head up with all of these CPUs for the money. I would not choose that, which therefore means none of the ones underneath it would I choose as well. So there you go. Doesn't mean that those CPUs aren't better, you know, in multi-core gaming. Just not in Fortnite, from my experience. So thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you.